What's up from Nashville? Coming live to you from my basement. Appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. We're just going to do a simple walkthrough of what I would like to call, first we're going to start with a Bluebird arrangement, a simplified version of kind of what my session looks like after I get done with the writing session, or at least after I get the vocal inside my DAW. And then we're going to hop into pretty much producing this thing out tonight. I don't know how long this stream will be. I just know that I want to get this demo done. I know the artist has been texting me. I know the other co-writers texting me, and it's way overdue for this thing to be done. That being said, I have a couple things that I'd love to share with you guys tonight on a couple things that I'm offering through the playbook that may help you get tracks done with more speed, but not just speed, more quality. And I'll kind of talk about that as we dive in. But let's go ahead, and I don't want to chatter too long before we just kind of hop in here right now. Let me know in the chat box if y'all can hear me okay and that everything sounds good. And then we'll just get started here. And I'll kind of let you guys in on what I like to call a Bluebird arrangement. And the name Bluebird arrangement comes from whenever you perform your song at the Bluebird Cafe here in Nashville. You know, sometimes it's just you, your vocal, and a guitar, maybe two guitar players, maybe your vocal and a piano player. It's a very simplified arrangement. Now, on this specific Bluebird arrangement I'm about to show you, there's a little bit more production. I tracked electric guitar, some acoustics, but I really waited to do the drums. We're going to hop into that in a minute. We're going to start with drums, but I want to start off by saying what you're about to hear is kind of like where I like to get my session before I really hop in and start producing. So let's go ahead and hop in and give it a listen.
Keep the Camry and the condo down.
Oh yeah, you might recognize this vocal.
Keep the Camry and the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. Take this fool.
All right, so just listening that far in, let me know in the chat box how that sounds. Make sure nothing's distorting, that you'll have good audio. I want to make sure of that before we really dive into this. But I wanted to use that as an example. I've got a couple of shakers. I've got a tambourine here. And this is kind of how I'll start my productions, by just kind of getting my dynamics filled out here. And I'm also have a couple of like lead instruments, like a organ, maybe, you know, some acoustics laid here that kind of go ahead and fill up the groove of what I'm thinking. But I really, you know, so this is a little bit more than a Bluebird arrangement, just because I've had time to kind of produce the vocal out. But I always start with laying a couple of guitars and working with that vocal, because once that vocal's sitting right, it's much more inspiring to move forward with the song. So speaking of moving forward, the first thing that I always start on, I mean, even people, you know, that have seen me produce before, y'all know that I love to start with drums. And today, to probably no surprise, we're going to start with the Mixwave kit. And this kit just sounds huge. Again, you may hear my keyboard as well as the sample, just because this mic's so hot for this live. But let's go ahead and jump in here and see if we can produce out some drums on this thing. And I'll show you guys how I like to kind of produce drums first, because I'm matching the vocal, I'm matching some of the fills. It just, you know, it just helps me to kind of map out the song by just playing the drums very early on in my production. So let's go ahead and do that now.
You can keep the Camry.
By the way, a lot of people complain on my videos. They're like, I wish you'd turn off your click. And it's like, if you listen to a click all day, every day like I do, you just kind of tune it out. So sorry if the click annoys you, but I got to hear it sometimes.
You can keep the Camry and the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on Valentine. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurts to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. Take a 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no.
All right, kind of messed up going into that chorus, but that's feeling right. So let me go ahead and just do a little bit of quantize. We're not going to quantize the drums 100%. We're just going to go in here and do probably, let's back it down to about 70%. See how this feels. Let me just kind of listen to the vibe here. I may bring the drums in earlier, but we're going to start with just that kind of hat thing. Y'all let me know if the drums should come in verse 1 or if we should just leave it how it is right now.
Keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on Valentine. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie,
All right, something's happening there.
mile high,
I need some kind of time feel there.
mile high.
Just for the time being, we'll throw that in there.
Ain't gonna
Oh, let me see. It's coming a little too early.
Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurts to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain.
So I'm like hearing some toms there for sure. Like thrum boom boom thrum. Like I don't know, it's hard to kind of say what it is. There's kind of flammy things. Let's see what we can do.
Down when I'm flying high on mountain.
Oh, that's what I want to do. Let's
I
see.
can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain.
All right, so let's zoom in here. You can see how messy this MIDI is. And whenever I like to leave it kind of loose like this, we will give it a little quantize, even less. Oh, that kind of was way too much there. What's going on with that? I don't like that at all. All right, let me just back that out. Maybe I need to change my quantize settings up here.
Be down when I'm flying high on mountain.
All right, that sounded pretty good. I just might back these toms off. They're a little early. So,
Flying high on mountain. Time.
I'm definitely hearing going to that ride right there. So let's go ahead and plug that in. All right, so I like to go to the ride kind of like in the turn of the song, really. Or not necessarily the turn, but like after the biggest part, you know? What's up, Hannah, Sumiko, Scott, Cedric, the original gang? I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all let me know, hanging out, how we're going to do. I'll asking y'all questions. I'll be asking you some questions about the production of this thing and some insight on how to do this thing as we move along. So I appreciate y'all being here to hang out. All right.
Take 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you.
Oh, yeah. I really like that. All right, now that we've made it to verse 2, chorus 2, that was so fun to play. I may just play it in. I may play it a little different anyways. Let me see if I can play it in here.
Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you
kind of really messed up the ending, but we'll fly that part. I think there's the reason I like to fly, some parts that just feel right, that's hard to kind of recreate, go ahead and fly those. But you never know what you'll do if you just kind of take a shot, because if you go in there and try a different pass, you'll come up with different rhythms and things that you just kind of fall into. So see, there's my, I woke up and realized I want to do some hi-hats there. So let me go ahead and move them. But again, I like how they're loose. They're not on the grid. So let me play them in. I'll just add them like this. All right. All right, so we need a fill there. All right. Yeah, so right there, I can't be down. We'll just go ahead and fly that from course 1. All right, let me see if I can steal that part from here. All right, so we're going into a different part there. Solo section, solo guitar. We'll add that tonight sometime, but I want to go in here and just kind of finish out into this solo.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out.
All right, so that part gonna need some quantize help for sure. Way early there. Wow, that whole pass was really early. Oh, that's why my quantize is too loose. Let me go ahead and tighten it up. All right, definitely going back to the hats, not that crash there. This part's kind of cool.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no.
All right, that feels sucked. Let me try it again.
Bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna
da. That's kind of what I'm hearing.
with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry you cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
Early. No big deal. We'll drag it back here.
Ain't gonna cry you.
And I think I will, just to save on time, fly these drums. We've already programmed them several times, so let's just save a little bit of time and go ahead and
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out a mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurts to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. High on
oh yeah. I did this split bar here. It just felt good. Even though this is another thing, even though we didn't track the song like this, sometimes as a producer, you got to make the call to even add parts or sections even after maybe I can't get a vocal from Mike again on this song unless they decided to cut it. But at the same time, I felt like it needed this section here. So you hear, let me just play it for you so you can hear what I'm talking about first. So it has that extra split bar, you know. What's up, Chris? Thanks for hanging out. So basically, I'm just going to do a fill into this part that's a little bit different. I like that. See, I'm just kind of putting something there for right now. We'll come back to it. Instead of that kick, maybe we can get like a tom flam. Flam meaning 2 notes, but just happening a little bit out of sync with each other. So let's see this. Lower tom though. Let's do a flam kick thing. I actually heard it better. Low tom. Alright, this ain't turning out. Hold on. Okay, my kick's early. Yeah, but open hat there. That's a weird symbol. Let's scroll. I like that weird symbol. Let's hit it like every note or every like downbeat. Yeah. Why not? It's the last chorus. Give it something weird. Go back to it. All these mixed wave like cymbals are great. And they sound like different than other cymbals out there. Like there's no comparison like the Slate cymbals or anything like that. Like different league. See, that was an accident to find that splash, but you know, let's roll with it. That's what I'm saying. Just kind of clicking around and finding things, you can find little treats that you didn't know were there. All right, all we need is like an outro thing to the drums. All right, that'll be a good placeholder to kind of build on top of. Everything's so early. Let's see here. All right. We'll just give us a little flam again. I like flamming too loose. Let's see. I like flamming these fills all the time. Usually I can do it better than this, but let's see here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, George, you should hop into those mixed wave kits, man. I mean, the first thing I recommend in every course that I do, it's like that's the first investment I always recommend people make, just because drum sounds are hard to get right. So you might as well make it easier on yourself by getting like what I feel like is the best quality. But look, we're 20 minutes into this thing, and that's about how much time I'll spend on these drums right now. We may come back to it, but let's not get hung up. The whole idea is to keep these things moving. So after the drums, I would really think about my bass and my low end. And I know just because this arrangement has changed that I'll probably want to replace this little scratch bass that I did here. And I don't even have bass in my second verse either. So let me go ahead and grab a bass real quick. And yeah. What's up, Nicholas? What's up, Dave from Santa Fe? Just for the sake of this live, I'm just going to go ahead and run straight into the Apollo because I don't want it to mess up my live. I have my inputs. Yeah, the kit, the Mixwave kit is, let me see, show you guys. I just got a compressor on it. They sound that big out the gate. Mario Deplanter kit. Yeah, it's the default kit. That's what I'm saying. You just pull it up and get rocking, and it's like, makes your whole day easier. Like we're already moving on to the next phase here. So let me see if I can get, oh, we don't want that. All right, yeah, this will be cool. I don't know if y'all can hear me when I lay it in, but you may be able to hear it on the playback. So let me just go ahead and shut up and lay it in.
Take 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but
all right, and I talked about this earlier at a session that you need to make sure that your gain station is all right. I want to go ahead and make sure that I've got more gain going into my DAW to make sure this bass is everything it needs to be before I do processing.
take 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you.
All right, let's give it a listen.
4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy.
All right, so we definitely need a compressor there. We'll just roll with the stock one for now, just to kind of this first sweep.
4x4, find some
Give it the first squeeze, and I want to really hear the rhythm here with the drum, so I want to mute that lead vocal for a second. All right, I'll also follow it up with this Fab Filter compressor. There it is, man. Let's go ahead and give that bass a little color. I'm digging that. Then slam it with an L2. We're kind of mixing as we're going here. I'm not really worried about my input peak or, gain station as much right now. Whenever I get into the mixing, probably in the next hour or so, you'll see me pull up a meter and make sure that all my peaks and everything's in check. Sometimes I'll just go to my master bus and just pull everything down with a mix tool, but we'll hop into that in a bit. Right now, I'm just kind of get inspiring sounds, I try to break it up. I'm trying to just be creative. I'm throwing paint right now, and then we'll make it pretty and make it all perfect towards the end. So it's like I could care what that level says right now. That just sounds freaking good to me. The bass guitar is what I'm listening to. And that's what I'm going for at this stage. When I'm creating, I don't want to be thinking about anything like that takes me out of my creative zone, you know? And let me see here. Yeah, there's something that needs to happen on this down course. Let me actually hear what's going on with that vocal right there. It's actually kind of a cool little bridge anyways.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a
Oh, I like that minor. I want to hit that there.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar.
There it was. I just missed it. Here we go. Let's do it again. If Cedric was here, he could play it right.
Bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar.
Ah, missed it again. All right. 6 minor, 6 minor, 6 minor.
Out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here.
All right, I liked it. But I want the logo on it.
Bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then fall everything low after that.
bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
Yep, that's it. All right.
I ain't got no
To answer your question, Cedric, no, I don't always follow everything with a limiter, but your bass guitar, hell yeah. Like, you're going to want to, like, have that thing to sit in the mix. And for a long time, I couldn't get my bass to sit right. It would disappear until I started kind of slamming it with the limiter at the end of the chain. And that way you can kind of know where everything's sitting. And, you know, I don't do a whole lot to my bass. I mean, it's about a good tone going in, especially if you're just recording a real bass, as you know. So, yeah, Jody, I've definitely... Well, the funny thing about it is I've had a lot of this gear. It just hasn't been visible. But I got this desk a while back, and let me just kind of show it off for a second. This desk right here was awesome. I forget the name of the company. I should know. I should give them a plug right now because they built my studio desk as well. But yeah, I mean, it shipped from like the other side of the world. It took forever to come in, but when it did, I was able to put a lot of units in here that have just been kind of collecting dust or not viewable. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been doing a lot of hardware mixing, and you know, we won't hop into all of that tonight because it's just too ridiculous with the routing with streaming. But for right now, let's just go ahead and keep this going. Because look, we're 30 minutes into this thing. We've already got our drums built out. I add a little bit of this bass. Let me just make sure we don't need no more bass. I don't think we do. Yeah, hell yeah. That's rocking. All right, so y'all can hear my terrible BGVs. I'll play them for you because like some of these are like. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. So the thought here is it doesn't matter if I've already got a lead vocal. I'm going to sing a lead as well and wide pan them. Now he's, it just sits wider in the mix and it's just more enjoyable to listen to when it comes to the chorus. Also doubled up some high guys right here. Some of these guys are really embarrassing, but I mean, let's just go ahead and show it. Let's see, let me mute his lead. No service, got no bars. Where was that extra? I think it was right here. Yeah, these guys. But I just want to show. Let's see. Like the tuner's really like putting in extra hours on that part right there. But it doesn't matter. It's so buried, so just sing it in there. Even if you don't feel like you're a good producer as far as singing your own vocal or doing that. It took me years to be comfortable with tuning and comping and getting where I could produce my own vocal, but learning how to do that helped me produce better for other people. And so whenever they showed up, I kind of had an idea of how to treat it. So I just want to encourage you, any producers out there that don't like their voice or whatever, hey, I've been there, but look, you can utilize your voice in certain ways if you just know how to mix it. And Chris, you're great at that as well. On the last session that we worked on, you were doing some cool vocal stuff. So yeah, that's awesome. But what do we think? What do we want to go on to? What does this track need? Y'all let me know on in the chat box right now. What does this need right now? Because we've got guitars, we've got bass. Let me just I could go for some acoustics in this verse for sure, but. Yep, here you go on the bass chain, since I see the comment about that. Oh, let me pin this stuff. And then you can kind of see exactly what's happening, because I'm literally plugging this bass straight into the front of my Apollo. Uh-oh, I keep not having the things pinned. So here's the bass chain for everybody wondering. Let me just go ahead and give it a little play so you can see the meters. First stage of compression, taking 2 or 3 dB, going into another compressor, a little bit more, taking about 6 to 7 or 8 dB. Going into the decapitator, then slamming it with this L2 Ultra Maximizer. Yeah, that's the school of Billy Decker. Template mixing and mastering. Plug in Billy Decker's book right now. But the L2 is what he swears by as well. Hell yeah, slide guitar part. Someone was actually, yeah, that would be awesome. The only problem is, I suck at slide. But you know what we could do? Maybe I could do something with yeah. Let me try it out. That's a good idea. Let me jump in here. There's actually this steel plugin that may be cool to kind of hop in here. One of my production students turned me on to this pedal steel, which is pretty tight. I don't know if it'll fit for this song, but let's give it a try. Come on now. I mean, it's not as good as a real steel, but let me just see if there's anything in here that we can kind of pick out. Oh, there it is. Come on. just need like a couple of licks. Oh yeah, we got to do that little harm there. The little oh man, come on. Y'all hear what I'm trying? Da, 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 da. Some. Y'all get to see me struggle here on this live. It's like it's hard to draw these things in because it has to have that feel. So, and now I'm so excited about this steel, I've got to get it in there. Let me try one more thing. Really zero in here and focus on this thing. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, it's the great value still part, but we're gonna get it there. When we sink it in the mix, we're gonna get it there. I dig great value. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. A little bit of verb maybe. All right, all right. Oh man, I want to like. That's tight, but I want to like. I want like another note in here. Let's see if this will work. Like no no da na 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 na. Maybe? Oh, that's tight. Just leave it on the same note. Oh, that's tight. So, yeah, I'm picking up the guitar next because I want to do a guitar solo, and this is how we're falling into these hooks, because now that would be a killer lick for that right there. That's what I like to call pulling out the hooks, you know? Right? The steel's not that bad, man. I don't know if it comes in chorus one, but let me go ahead and fly it there. What's up, John? Thanks for hanging out. Let's see what it does here. Now I want to change that next one. But then it messes up that harm. How can I fix that? Because I want that note. It's kind of weird. What if I drag it over? Well, so we can hear what I'm doing here. Hey, it worked. Check that out. It's hard to do those like... Yeah, you know what? I could. I saw somebody said that, somebody said this sounded like a Tweed amp or something. We could run it through an amp and probably help this sound a little bit. Let's take it to amplitude. Hear what this sounds like. Oh my God. Not that. Let me find a Fender or something. Something clean. Bassman. That's pretty tight. Ooh, you know what? I want both these sounds, so let me drag this down to Ascend. Because now I can blend it. What? To use any gear in trial mode. Okay. I thought it was telling me I didn't have this. I'm like, I know I have the space. Alright, so now I can blend this thing. So there's my amp. But I also get the natural sound. So there's a little mixing tip for y'all. Instead of going straight on the channel strip, sometimes if you want to blend a sound, especially like an amp or something like that. And you know what? We can even do... I don't want to do too much on mixing. I'll lose some of y'all if we jump off production. But let me just add this Dimension D here on this amp. Yeah, I'll try to update the description with the plugs, but you know what? If you're not on the email list, go ahead and hop on there. I hope you are. But also, a lot of these plugins and things that I talk about are in the Pop Country Producer Challenge, and that is my flagship course. But also, I have something that is coming out that I'm very excited, and it's something called the Track in a Day Challenge. And this basically... when I first started Music City Playbook, I was serving songwriters through a program called the 7-Day Songwriter. Pretty much called up 7 of the biggest songwriters I knew in Nashville, and got a lot of information in that course that I'm very proud of, that I feel like will help a lot of songwriters. But I realized that to really get somebody results that were reflected in my own career, nothing really happened with my songwriting until I started incorporating production. So I really changed and pivoted my approach to Music City Playbook and how I was marketing, and now I'm going straight to producers and trying to teach producers what I do here in Nashville, because I'm learning that there's people all over the world that have a lot of talent, and you don't have to be in Nashville to be able to make great records and be able to release great songs and get them out there, especially in the world of Spotify, Apple Music, all the good stuff. I mean, if I can teach you how to produce at your home, in your basement, whatever, just like I am, and to be able to upload that production straight to Spotify. I mean, you're learning from somebody who spent over 12 years here in Nashville, looking over the shoulder of many producers that I look up to. I'm sure you do yourself if you care about anything that's gone on country radio the past decade. But I just wanted to shout that out, that join my email list if you haven't yet, because there's going to be an opportunity to join something called the Track in a Day Challenge, and it's kind of a mini version of the Pop Country Producer Challenge, which is, a huge course with many hours of content that teaches you pretty much ABC, step 1, 2, 3, how to produce. Like I call it the Pop Country Producer Challenge, Pop Country Made Easy, because what I'm doing here, I'm kind of flying through this stuff, and I'm trying to also show you guys and entertain you on this live, but I really break it down step by step in about 15-minute videos that you can go through at your own pace. So definitely check it out on the email list. But let's go ahead and hop back into this track and get rocking on this thing. right, so let's go to that guitar part. I'm kind of feeling like a dirty guitar. Let me go see what I got. All right, for the sake of y'all at home too, I'm going straight into DAW. Not doing through, I know you see all this fancy outboard and everything here, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to keep it very simple, going straight into the front of my Apollo. That way the tones that you're hearing, you should be able to achieve them at your house if you have these plugins. But what I'm saying is I'm trying to keep it simple for you guys, and not that I don't keep it simple most of the times. I feel like a lot of people when they do hop in the course, they're like, I want to see what you like, how you really mix, like, you know, not what you show on YouTube or whatever. It's like, that's the real thing, man. Like, I use a lot of stock plugs, and I don't feel like that I'm missing out on anything. I'll use third-party plugs and I'll recommend them, but the fact is you don't really need a ton of gear. You don't need a ton of gear to make some awesome records. So let's go back to Amplitude, just because I had it pulled up and it was looking cool. Let's hear what this thing sounds like. Oh my gosh. Feedback, because it's wrong input. Alright. Alright, let me mute this on my... Hell yeah. Dig that. Where y'all at tonight? Where y'all tuning in from? Let me know. What y'all drinking tonight? I might just go ahead and start on this Coors Banquet. Anybody from Colorado out there? Not that I'm from there, but I'll have a house there one day. All right. All right. All right, my latency is killing me. Let me see if I can go in here and adjust something. Preferences. If your latency is killing you, try to drop your sample rate. If we can do it a little bit better. Mount Juliet, Ohio, Toronto, Sacramento. Love it. That's what I want. I just want that Keith Urban vibe, that just punching those chords. So let me see. Again, stock plug. I use stock plugs for like my first stage of compression or whatever that would be. But let's go ahead. I'm stalling here. Let's get this thing rolling. I'm gonna punk rock it up, like do those type of things. Let's see what we can come up with. I don't want to just chord it. I want to do something different. That's pretty tight. So don't think that you always have to play it square like C, G, D. You know, you can kind of give these other inversions. Dun 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 dun. Really hearing that part somewhere. was tight. So on that, let's just give it the hook there too. Alright, let's see. Playing super early on everything tonight. Let me just kind of drag that back. Maybe it's because I'm nervous on this live. I want to play these parts right or something. I don't know. I normally don't play that ahead. I know a slide would be so cool. Like literally. I'll just do a slidey kind of solo. Because I'm not even going to embarrass myself trying to do a slide. I'll call people up that know how to do a slide. Like Rob McNally or somebody. But you ain't going to see me embarrass myself. I'm going to go right here though and do this solo. Let me see. I want more gain. More gain. That ain't it. Where's it? You know what I'm saying? More of that Keith vibe. Something. Again, the great value version of Keith Urban. Something like that. Oh, I gotta sing it like. Something like that. I don't know. Let me try to fumble through it. Not that y'all need a close-up of me messing this up, but let's try it. Alright, ending sup, but let me do this. Alright, one more. Now, it's not going to be perfect. Well, it's going to be so noisy until I set this guitar down. I may comp it later.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but
and oh yeah, we gon' double up that solo. I don't know if this guitar's mean enough to do. Oh, I want to grab my SG. Let me grab that. Hold on. Yeah, let me do that. It's gonna throw some dirt on it. It's gonna get dirty. Dang, got the close up. Should have got to the dog cam on that one. Y'all having a good time out there? Y'all still hanging with me in the chat box? Let me know. We about to hop into mixing this thing. Let me see. Are you sure you want to remove the doll? No, I don't want to remove the doll to be. No, I don't want to do that. I about messed it up. Let me click on the right thing here. All right. I'm going to duplicate this track. We're going to double the solo. Double all your solos. It don't matter if you use the double or not. You could stumble on a different tone. Yeah. All right, let me plug her up. Chardonnay tonight. I had the redneck, the Louisiana's coming out and drinking the Coors. Let's see if we can nail this solo. Oh, we got to get a stereo spread or something. Let me see. Making it nasty. Not perfect, but who is? I mean, come on. I'm gonna give my shot one more time for redemption here. And I'm kind of trying to play it nasty, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of not all the way. I mean, I'm making up excuses now. No, but for real, I'm trying to just make it. See that just kind of, that bad sound there? That little, I love when that happens, and that just comes from just kind of playing more aggressive. Oh, man. Sounds like I've had a few Coors on that solo end right there. Man. Let me see if there's something else in the comp here. Not that. What's up, Beth? Thanks for hopping on. Hope you're well. We're stumbling through guitar parts. Then we're about to be mixing this thing soon. That's pretty tight, though. That burr, burr, burr. I just want to hear like the low octave with that, even if it's just for that moment. That burr, burr. Just that. We'll double that part. Then we'll duplicate it one more time. Hour into this thing, guys. And we're about to mixing. So y'all hang with me and we'll hop there. I like to double parts of my solo there. Just highlighting the things that I want to hear, because now whenever I mix these things in, see what I mean? It just brings it.
service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
That's tight. All right, I want to hear some nasty guitar there, like just like. You know, just something just.
Service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here.
Oh, you know what I wanted? I wanted to sound like just the most distorted amp that just kind of palm mutes a little bit. So let me put it on another track because I don't want to mess up my other tone there. Let me duplicate, complete. I didn't have to do that, but let me just go ahead and do that. This way. And let me just try to find something that just... Where is the preamp? Gain. Like I want to go like My Chemical Romance on it for a second. Just for this part.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here. There's a
Well, that's terrible. Let me get that.
bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
Just for that.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
And again, we're not gonna go overboard with that part. Just that tone right there. You know, and someone's in the chat box. Guy, yeah, double in the solos where you want to hear it. I mean, I used to just add too much. And now, I mean, even if it's just one tone for one part, it's worth the time, you know, to at least explore a double there if you have the time. And I'm kind of just taking the time. I could move faster on this if I wanted to, but I'm also showing you guys a glimpse into kind of my real production process here, so.
Bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
Yeah, it was out of time because like there's... I can fix it though.
Bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry. I ain't got no
And so this creates a texture here that, you know, it goes away this last chorus, but it separates the section really well.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry.
All right, so we made it this far, and I haven't laid this resonator on there. Let me just kind of mess around with the part here for a minute. And we'll decide if it needs it or not, because I think we're pretty good on parts and hooks. We just need a rock and mix on this thing, really. But I love that steel. All right. Oh, that would be tight. Verse 2. I always like to add something different. Verse 2. Some instruments will just speak to you right when you pick them up. Like they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to be on this track. Put me on there. Put me in, coach." All right, this may be super loud, but this is how I have to get it into the DAW here, with the risk of this sounding like That old Green Day song. Summer has come, as will never last. Alright, focus. See, this is what happens. Okay, resonator. Verse 2 only, probably, because I think there's room there. Put a lickle doodle in there, and that's one of those things that I'm just listening to the vocal. Peace of mind, I'm on a. Anytime that you can do that, do it. Doubling the vocal melody with an instrument. It just sounds cool. And again, this little resonator tone is going to be separating my verse. Like, you know, it's going to be new to the ear whenever you hear it. Really, that peace of mind is when I really want to hear it. So I'm going to bring the front of it down a little bit. And that new guitar that come in, that separates our chorus too. But let's decapitate this resonator real quick. And again, you may hear this, it's like, oh, that's kind of nasty. Like it's over distorting, right? Well, sometimes that's good because in the texture of your track, it's just going to cut. Check it out. And really, I love that lick so much. Let's just do the little fake double here. Duplicate the track, duplicate it down. And whenever I duplicate this part down, I'm also going to drag it out of time. Move it back. Now listen. Nope, that's going to suck because it has to be. So the lick's going to go. It's going to go stereo there, just for that part. Again, highlighting the parts that we want, guy. Damn, now I want to pick up another guitar. Hold on. Y'all hang with me. We're going to hop into mixing, but this is why, like, I'll start getting carried away on these parts. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Just filling in that part there. Peace of mind, that's what we're doing. And another thing about layering that just as an overdub, we can mix that guy wherever we want. Put it on its own track, unlimited tracks in Studio One. So of course, we'll make as many as we need, because it doesn't matter how many tracks you have in your session, really, because it's all perceived to the listener as one guitar, really, you know? Oh, Russ. That's a great idea. A lot of things that I talk about too is like not just copy and pasting parts. And even if you find a sound, you know, it's sometimes a good idea to go ahead, and I didn't save that track, but I'll show you guys how I built that. The suggestion was, I'm really hearing that B3 take it home on the last chorus, and I agree with that. Let's just go ahead and dive into this a little bit more. I'm going to go into Contact. Yeah, John, if you can send me some slide in the key of G at 114, like, I would be like thrilled if you could do some slide parts. Like, that'd be tight. I don't have time necessarily to send you a 2 mix or anything, but maybe you can kind of hear on the live what's going on. Because I suck at slide. You don't want to hear it. All right, so B3 on this last chorus. What are we going to do with it? It's like I want something that's just a little bit more bitey. Let me just look and see where the other presets are. That's better. Just has a little bit more something to it, and I'll decapitate it as well. Only in music production can you say that like so casually. Yeah, we're gonna decapitate this. All right. Yeah, the decapitator on the reso would be cool too. Thanks for hanging out, Ted, dude. That's tight. And you're saying, well, we've already got an organ. Well, layering more helps it cut now. Let me see here. A little bit of quantize here. Needs a little help. I need that note to change. Oh, it does change. It's just soft. Upright piano could be cool as well. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. Just because I got some chat, some good thoughts in the chat box right now. Appreciate y'all being here, hanging out live. I'm sure a lot will catch this on the replay. And I also want to prove a point. It's cool to be here live. You get to tell me like what you want to hear in this thing, and I'll actually do it. So And it's good. It's just to have other people's ears on it too, you know, to tell me, hey, this would be cool. And I got people saying, hey, let me lay a slide part. Like, that'd be awesome. Last time I hopped on here, like, other songwriters were hopping on, sending lyrics and work tapes and everything else. It was awesome. But I want to do this more often. Y'all let me know in the chat box if this should happen more often, whether you're seeing this live or after the fact. Hit up that chat box, fire it up. Let me know if this is worth it. I've been struggling with my live setup because it hasn't sounded as well. I had to update a couple things. All right, I went ahead and printed that organ. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into maybe one more organ part just before I hop off of it. And I'll maybe explore piano for a second. But I wanted to show you guys even blending these different organ patches. You choose one organ patch. Why? Let's go ahead and see what other tones we have in here. Doesn't matter if you've already used one. You know, you don't want it too different, but... like that's gonna be cutting too much to me. Okay, that's the one I'm looking for. All right, so I just want like a little outro thing happening there. Like da da da. That's all I'm trying to get in there. Maybe I don't need that much of it. All right, wrong note, but we'll correct it. Thank God for MIDI. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. That's what. Dun 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 dun. Y'all hearing it? Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. Just that. We'll go ahead and print it, get it out of that MIDI mess. I don't really like MIDI. I mean, I like working with it, but I like converting it to audio like as fast as possible. I suggest you do the same. Let me make sure this is saved. And then upright piano, and then mixing. I am hearing an upright part that I'll dive into. Thanks for that suggestion. Get way in here. Make sure we're not too early. And again, I didn't quantize this. I want the real feel. All right, that's nice. Now let me go to this piano part here. Rocking about an hour and a half into this thing. Appreciate y'all standing by for the ones that ain't skipping through this thing. Either way, I hope you're getting something from it, even if you're skipping through. But at the same time, I feel like it's important. You'll miss some things if you kind of skip around too much, and that's the part of being able to dive into something like a course too. There's a lot of things that are kind of left out on a lot of YouTube videos because there's just not time, you know. There's a lot of edits and things that I do on the YouTube just to make it entertaining, but there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you kind of need to know about to achieve these type of mixes too. And which we're not even to the mixing spot, but it will not be long. I'm typing in piano, and why is it not happening here? Oh, Alicia's Keys. I love this plugin. I'm just hearing a big verbed out piano here. Big Valhalla'd out piano. Yeah, that tone will be cool. That solo is very harsh now. It won't be. If you hang with me long enough, it won't be. And again, this piano is not going to be something that you hear. It's more going to be one of those things that you miss when it's gone, you know? And I think it's important just to have these things, you know, on the important parts of the song, meaning that it's not drowning in the track everywhere. But I think it definitely should happen chorus 1, so I'll fly it there. Wow, my drums are like way early there. We gotta fix that real quick. All those cymbals. Hell yeah, the double claps. That would be awesome. Great suggestion. I actually have a little MCP sample kit that I've been working on. Let me hop in here and see if we have some cool claps here. Awesome. I'm going to drag some claps in here. Great suggestion. And let's just hear. Yeah, definitely at the top of the chorus. So. I'll tweak this sound. But I just want to see where everything's kind of laying out. Monster clap. Again, I'm just kind of getting some different options. Pull it up here. Dragging it right on the grid. Pretty tight. Where were you hearing the double clap? If it's like, it's probably hard to explain in the chat box, but I just love that backbeat. Hell yeah. Resonator, there's something in that resonator that's bothering me. There's a tone. Let's get it out. That may be it. Just taking out where it's just nasty. Love that. All right. Yeah, let's fly those claps as well. Digging this. All right, let me go ahead and get a wide screen of this. What have I been doing? All right, we're going to fly those claps around because those things just bring out our chorus. Good suggestion on the claps. Well, I don't know if I want to give it away there. We might save the clap there. Let's see. All right, so I got a stack of claps there. Not one clap, not two claps, but three. And in the sample packs that I do too, I try to give you samples that blend well. You know, I'm not just going to give you a bunch of stuff that kind of all sounds the same. I want to give you stuff to stack in like this. Y'all saw how easy it was for me to just find these and throw them in there. And that's what I want to make it. You know, producing needs to be easy. You know, producing's not easy. But it needs to be as easy as possible, and you need to enjoy it in a way and find workflows that make it easy for you. Yeah, another thing, just hearing that makes me want to go back to the sample pack and just grab a couple of these crash hits. Again, I want to give you a little taste of what it sounds like just to have some different rides, and it really brings out, not rides, but crashes. But two of them there, so. Man, I'm hearing another guitar part there.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out.
Heard that? I'll try those claps. Or maybe I'll hit the claps. I don't know if you meant this, but I'll hit it on where this, like right there, where it's off time. Oh, that's probably where you're talking about on chorus 1. Yeah, I like having the claps come on. Yeah, I'll definitely do a recap of everything that's in the track when we dive into mixing. I basically stack everything up in track stacks, and we'll definitely get an overview of everything that's in there. But look, we're sitting at 52 tracks right now. There's not a whole lot going on. Every instrument, every layer is very essential, and that's also what I teach, is every layer that you're coming towards, it's not just adding it for no reason, it's bringing it to life in some way. And there's not a lot of tracks that are unused in my sessions, and there used to be. I used to overtrack. I used to like go from the top down on all my sessions on so many different instruments, but the fact is you just add things where you hear them and then just kind of build this thing out. And truth be told, I'll finish out a mix with you guys probably in the next 30-45 minutes. But at the same time, I'll get up tomorrow morning and I'll come down here, I'll give it a listen, and then I'll decide if it's ready to send out. And always hitting your mix fresh is really important, you know, and the judgments that I'll make tonight and tomorrow morning will probably be different. And what's interesting is this thing really did come together fast. And it's just taking the time to sit down here and actually do it and knowing what you want. And honestly, the pressure of this live makes me want to create faster because I'm, you know, I want to make sure that I'm getting everything in within a decent amount of time. Let's just lay this one last guitar part. Just this last part here for the solo. No, I'm dropping the slide in here, dog. That's what I'm saying. If you send me things to make my job easier, those are my favorite people. All right. Oh, that's cool. All right. Really cool, man. Let's see, I'm not sure. Where were you hearing this, John? At the top of the chorus or the intro? Let me know before I start messing around on it. I'll lay this guitar part, and then we'll get to that. Just let me know where you're hearing it. want some high guitar right there. I need to hold that one. Man, talk about terrible timing, y'all. I've lost, man. My mouse lost connection. Well, I'm gonna try to charge my mouse here for a second, and also lay this part. Man, can I navigate without a mouse? Let's see if we can do it. Oh, I like that. Da-da-da. For that chorus. Oh, I'm reaching for my mouse. I don't have it. All right. Again, reaching for my mouse. All right, let me just make sure. I don't know if I can navigate. I have this PreSonus fader port, but I'm not too familiar with it. But let's see. Let me see if I can add some more guitar here just while my mouse charges. And then when I have some juice, I'll get to mixing in that resonator part, John.
Line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna
That was pretty tight. I'm just doing just that kind of vibe.
sad line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna
Alright. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try this mouse. Come on, man. How much does it have here? 1%. Come on, dude. That sucks. I got an idea though. Let me see if my brother's mouse is charged. Y'all hang with me. Zach, if you're watching, I hope this mouse is charged. Because if not, I'll probably have to cut this live short and make it a two-parter. I just can't not function without a mouse here. All right, looks like we're in luck. I got this other mounts rocking. Let's see what it has on it. About this Mac. No. System preferences. Mouse. Oh, fully charged. My bro got my back. All right. All right, let's dive into this resonator part, then we'll get out of here. All right, John, where are you hearing this part? We'll kind of mess around with it and see where it fits, but...
You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper.
Oh, dang. That's pretty cool. Right there at the top.
You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the
Maybe.
condo downtown. Condo downtown. Condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in.
That's nice, John. All right, let's see here.
Downtown. I'll just the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gon' catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom. In the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom.
I'll put it at the top of the chorus too. I'm really enjoying it right here as well. I'm gonna change one of your notes. Maybe.
Shiners in the Yeti. Shiners in the Yeti. Shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Shiners in the Yeti with shiners in the Yeti.
Actually, I just want that front note. Let's see.
Pack some shiners in the
Butter down. Yeah. See about it.
Pack some shiners in the Yeti with shiners in the Yeti with shiners in the Yeti. You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heart
Bum,
Petty.
bum, right there.
Best of Tom Petty. Your heart
Bum. Yeah, we're just gonna let you take that whole first verse
Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gon' catch me once.
because it's tight.
Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gon' catch.
Bum. That's
You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gon' catch me once I cross that line.
all right. Now that I've chopped all that up and pretty much made the idea probably something different than you thought, I'll go ahead and redrop this file in at the top of the chorus and see what's up. Dun, dun, dun. Ba-ba-ba-na, that one. Hell yeah, it fits right in that hole too. John coming through, man. Appreciate it. So, yeah. Want something on the drums there. Then we're going to hop in to mix this thing. Let's say the agreement, I'll hop into mixing at 10 o'clock. How about that? So I bet you I can mix in about 30 minutes or less. But let me make sure that my drums are right here. Nothing happened at the top of that chorus when there should be, so let's see. Lost the feed. Well, that sucks. Let me check my YouTube real quick. Make sure nothing's weird here. All right. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. I just want to make sure that y'all still hear me. Looks like we lost the feed a little bit there, which I hate. Shouldn't be doing that. I don't want to turn my Wi-Fi off. It may mess things up. But I want to go ahead and the video is rough. Dang. I hate that. I don't want it to be a sucky feed for y'all. Let me try to open up these network preferences here and see what's happening. I'll turn Wi-Fi off. And I'm only connected to Ethernet here. I mean, shoot. It says that I got a strong signal. I want to keep rolling. If it drops, it drops. My internet says that it's a strong signal, so let's roll.
Keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once across that.
All right, so now that we're back here, let me just go ahead and jump into this vocal. Yeah, it's been connected to Ethernet the whole time, but for some reason it tries to prioritize Wi-Fi.
You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown.
First thing that I want to do here is just a slap delay on this vocal. Usually I'll start mixing drums, but I just kind of want to get some kind of vibe on this vocal real quick. So I want to call this slap, and I'm going to give it this Replica XT, and we'll see.
You can
All right, I don't know why. Sometimes my computer tries to like prioritize the Wi-Fi, and it must have done that. So
Keep the Camry in the condo downtown.
Y'all hear that? Hear what that kind of slap delay's doing? It's that quick kind of delay. And so we've got two things going on. We got a big delay,
I'll just take the camper and
and we got this slap.
the dog, and I'm out. Packed.
And let me go to the slap and make sure that since it's on a send that it's 100% affecting this. So the mix is at 77, I want it 100.
Pack some shiners in the Yeti.
That's the way it's supposed to sound right there. So now that we got a little bit of slap, let's just add that in to taste.
You can condo down. I'll just take the camper and the dog, and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Since that vocal's sitting good there, let me just jump to verse 2 and see how it's sitting there.
4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing.
You know what, that resonator's now kind of annoying me. So let me just bring it in halfway in. Just too much there at the top.
Take this 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace. Take this
Peace of mind.
to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed.
All right, so whenever we get to the chorus, I know I want something more on his vocal. Just want more excitement to it. So what I'll do is just go ahead and duplicate his track down. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'll go ahead and add a couple more verbs and add a couple more things that kind of sweeten this vocal for this chorus. And I find that it's easier to do this on its own track than try to automate everything on that.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up on my.
So with this being the thought, let me just go ahead and add one more delay to this chorus vocal. We'll do the Replica again. I like the Replica XT. Just has a lot of great options. And we'll see what we got here.
Cry
So a little stereo delay.
you a river. Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie.
So we're going to mix that in, blend it into taste on the chorus only. Give it a little bit of echo and bouncing around.
Gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurts to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain.
All right, so going to that chorus, I want his vocal a little bit more compressed. So let me follow it up with this RVox.
Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurts to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down.
All right, so now
Cry you a river.
that we have him in that part right there, I kind of do want that regular verb that I had set up here. Let's see if we can get some automation up on it. Well, that's not what I want to do. Let me just make sure everything's sitting right here.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out a mountain.
Man, even, let's actually, you know what we could do? Let's hit it with some parallel compression. I'm going to go ahead and make a send here. And I want to make sure that
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out.
I'm just going by what feels good. I'm not too worried about the sync on the time-based effects too much. I mean, a lot of times it'll do it for you, but again, I'm just moving fast.
Cry you a river.
So whenever I go to this vocal, I want to make sure that I'm sending a lot to this parallel just to hear what it sounds like.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out of mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it...
Yeah, it's way over exaggerated right now. But again, we're going to blend it to taste on this parallel. So I'll bring it down.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out of mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time.
Wow, my vocal sounds, or my solo sounds so weak right now, but it won't. We're gonna affect it. I'll go ahead and stack it up, pack in a folder. We're kind of mixing around and not my normal way here, but it's okay. I'm just kind of going to what is inspiring at the time. So I'll make sure that that's a buzz channel, and I'll throw some compressor on both of these guys. Could be buffer size. Let me try here. All right, we're doing the best we can with the audio feed here. Again, I'll just do a quick mix on this thing just to close this out. And in the next 10-15 minutes, I'll close this out here and get a good mix rocking at least. I want that slap delay. Same one we used on the vocal, let's use it on the guitar too.
I ain't got no...
Guitars can be harsh, the smooth operator's your friend. All right, and then I'll follow it up also with I love this SSL EQ, especially when I'm trying to boost. I don't know if it's just psychological, but I feel like with this being an SSL EQ, the boosts sound more pleasing. So if I'm ever boosting frequencies, I usually pull up this SSL EQ. And now I want to squeeze it one more time. I'll do it with an RVox. Sometimes you don't have to do it with... Let's hear it. Man, that's out of time. Let me just fix it real quick. Fixing my mistakes, fixing my mistakes.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here. We got no service.
Pretty tight. I'm gonna drag down this chorus.
Gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out of mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. High on mountain.
Alright, why is it not dragging down right? Boop. Why is it doing that? It's like dragging really weird. Alright, there it goes.
High on mountain.
right, so now that we've got it in a pretty good place, let me just kind of take you through the process of what it's like, kind of walking through some of my courses. And I'm going to start with drums here. Of course, I like to organize everything. It just helps me visually if I have these things color-coded. You don't have to do this, but like, it's a good idea if you do. Let me check out this
You can keep the Camry and the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty.
I want the acoustics up there.
You can keep the Camry and the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time.
You can definitely hear the BGVs up.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. Take this 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt.
Oh man, nasty guitar, where are you at?
Ain't gonna.
No, get on out of there.
I'm flying high on
We're gonna hit that with a smooth operator because it needs some help.
mountain time. I ain't got no service, got no bar.
Got to bring our acoustics back up there, and again, I'm just kind of mixing in sections about what feels right, and then we're gonna get our drums hitting there. Let me just kind of bring these acoustics up, and again, you want to hear more acoustics, just bump them up for that section.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. High on mountain time.
These are my drums. Again, getting back to kind of organizing these things, then I'll stack them up. And with drums, you kind of really want to have them in a stack so they can kind of all get squeezed by the same type of compression. Doesn't have to do it that way, but I prefer to do it that way. It just kind of tightens your track up. So let me do pack folder, add bus channel, compressor. Like that's like, I should make that like one of those quick keys.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain.
Adding a little bit of saturation in that drum bus as well. All right, so
Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down.
all right, that filter
Cry
guitar.
you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm hurt to hear you say goodbye.
Love that part, man.
Hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. Time up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. Time.
All right, that sounds pretty tight. Let me just get that to chorus 3.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. High on mountain. Time.
Yeah, there's something that needs to happen. Not going to bother with it right now, just to kind of move on to this mix. There's a couple more spots that need editing. I'll worry about that when I'm fresh in the morning. I just want to kind of get an overall vibe before we close out here. I'll go to this master bus, and I think we're about time for that. I can go back and do more automation and kind of dial this track more in, but right now I just kind of want to hear and let you guys see what I would do to this master bus. So first thing, we're going to start off with SSL. Bus compressor 2, tried and true.
Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time.
Don't want to squeeze it too much. Let's just back the ratio way down.
Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. Time. Got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold.
Really want to hear the top of that hat. Let's hear it.
I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye.
Man, his vocal still sounds too mono.
Cry you a river.
Maybe let me just try to simply boost the delay.
No, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. High on mountain. Time. Cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high.
All right, so that's working, but I still want something else on this lead vocal that's a little bit more shimmery or something. I want to send it to a Cooper Time Cube. Any Cooper Time Cube fans out there? I think this is a great little plug for vocals.
Cry you a
Immediately.
river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying
So it just kind of gives a little.
high on
Here's without it.
mountain, high on mountain.
Let me show you without it.
Time
So it just kind of gives a stereo width. It's hard to give you.
living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain, high on mountain. Time.
All right, so now that we've got that rocking, I think I want to actually talk about what some tape saturation might do for this thing. Let's pull up tape, see what's happening here. So what this is doing is it just kind of takes the edge off, like takes the digital edge off just a bit, just kind of smooths out, saturates it a bit, and just makes it a little bit more warm. I usually like some type of tape on my master, and we can kind of over exaggerate. I'll let you hear what it's doing here. Obviously too much, but a little bit of it sounds really nice. All right, somebody was talking earlier about, dude, you need to be making sure you're -12, -18 dB, and I said, I don't worry about that stuff right now because I can get to it in mixing, and I'll show you. I pull up this metering tool, make sure, and I'm still fine. What I don't want to do here is I don't want to be crossing over this 0 for sure, but we are running a little hot, and we'll back it off. And what I do is I take this mix tool. Actually, let me go ahead and post that. Let you see this level meter. When you're getting close to the ending your mix, anywhere between this -3 and 0 is where you want to be, but I'll go ahead and gain this back a little bit. All right, so now that I have my level kind of set, I can go in here, and we're actually going to follow up with a little bit of EQ. Actually, there's this EQ compressor called Bliss that's amazing, and I usually like it on the master bus. So just adding a little bit of top end at 3K and 18K there. Threshold is not doing much on the compressor at all. Another Billy Decker special. Let's do the Oxford Inflator. This really beefs up your track. Whenever it comes to mastering, we're doing very, minimal effects here. We're just taking it up a layer at a time. It's kind of like seasoning. I'm from Louisiana. I love to cook. I love to eat. But if you over-season your food, nobody's going to enjoy it. Same thing with this master bus. You just want a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe a little Tony Chachere's if you like a little spicy. And that's the way that you kind of have to build things up, is a little seasoning at a time. So look at the way you're layering things on your master bus that way. Like really, you're not making broad strokes here at all. So the Oxford Inflator is going to get us sitting right. And then I'll hit it and end it with this L2. Actually, you know what? Let me do the Fab Filter. I feel like the Fab Filter has more options, the Pro L2. And now that I have this up, we're going to pull back our level meter again. And this is the last final stage. We have this limiter up here. and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm pretty much touching the 0 dB. You would skip this stage if you were actually sending this off to mastering, but I want to go ahead and send this demo tomorrow morning off to the Eli Young Band and see what they think. So I'll hit it with fresh ears in the morning, maybe make a couple of more automation moves, but we're pretty close on this track. Another thing we're saying, make sure your level meter is last in your chain so it's reading the actual level. All right, so we're getting there. Trying a couple presettings.
Gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out a mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down.
Oh, one little trick that I want to show y'all before we close up here, because this is the cool thing about this is going to be the lazy way of doing this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this to show y'all. But I just packed everything in a folder. Another reason why I love Studio One, unlimited folders, unlimited stacks. So that means even after you put things in a stack, you can go back and restack them and put them in another bus and a bus and another bus, and why would you want to do that? Well, if I were in Logic right now and I tried to do that same thing, it would prevent me from stacking all that. Now, I don't know why they do that, but it would prevent me from doing stacking everything together. But the reason that I'm doing this is because I'm about to show you something really cool here. I've got the music folder right here. On this plugin, we're going to do a plugin called Track Spacer. Excuse me, guys. That was probably super loud. Apologies. Track Spacer is going to sidechain, and we're going to go and find our track stack, which is called, what's it called? Music folder. Where's it at? Let me see here. Y'all see it? Where's it at? I don't see it in here. PGVs. Mountain Time, vocals, drum bus, shaky. Wow, I'm not seeing it. That's weird. Oh, maybe this is why. No, that's not why. Try this one more time. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do anyways, though. I want to sidechain this from the vocal, and only the chorus vocal, because I think it's sitting good in my verse, but check this out. All right, so I got confused there what was going on the way that I stacked it, but what we're doing here is every time that the chorus vocal comes in, it's going to make room for it. It's going to duck all those frequencies. So check this out. When you see it ducking, now this is different from the smooth operator. This is actually taking the music and pulling it down. That's why I put everything in that music bus, and now I'm able to kind of control it better. If I exaggerated this just to show y'all what it sounds like, check it out.
Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie.
So you're going to get that vocal to cut through. And again, this is one of those third-party easy button plugins that really make it, enjoyable at this stage of mixing, because no matter where your mix is sitting at, you put this, stack everything together, and you'll create space in your track. Introducing the Track Spacer.
Girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain. Time. Take this 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out a mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom,
This is sounding great, y'all. Again, there's some EQ things. There's a couple of automation things that I'm hearing. But, I mean, if I were, like, in a rush and I needed to get this thing out, like, I would send this mix right now. And what are we, 2.5 hours into this thing? Let me just go ahead. I'll go ahead and play this out one last time so we can enjoy listening to it from the top down. And I also want to say, for anybody that is still on this stream, if you email me, if you're a part of the email list, and I'm not saying that I can include this vocal, but if you want to walk through this production, I'll pretty much send you these stems and stuff. I'll sometimes do that. I mostly do that for my production students, but there's a lot of people. Maybe this is the first video that you found. Maybe this is the first time that you've experienced a live stream with producing alongside of me. And with that being said, I want you to have these files to kind of walk through and see what we did. So this being at the very end of the stream, if you're able to email me, I will send you these files. And all you have to do is just sign up in the link in the description and find me at musiccityplaybook.com, put your name, sign up for the email list, and I'll send you a direct email with some sample packs and some session stems and a lot of cool stuff. But then you'll have my email to email me directly and be like, hey dude, you promised me on that one live stream that you'd send me those files. And if you do that, I'll send them to you. But let's go ahead and rock this out. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I'm going to go ahead and just print this version. And even though I want to come back in the morning, it's nice to just go ahead and print it down. So we'll export a mix down. It's called Mountain Time. Always try to include the BPM if you're not done with the song. We'll do 114. And we're just going to call this Late Night Mix 1. Because I'll come in the morning and see if it... I'll come down and see if it, you know, how everything's feeling. So I'm going to use real-time processing so we can rock out. And let's check it out.
You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camp.
Oh, now that I'm hearing it, I think that resonator comes a little bit too early in the song. We'll just give it a mute right there and let it roll.
You can keep the Camry in the condo downtown. I'll just take the camper and the dog and I'm out. Pack some shiners in the Yeti with the best of Tom Petty. Your heartbreak ain't gonna catch me once I cross that line. Yeah, I'll be fine, ain't gonna cry you a river. No, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. Take this 4x4, find some elevation, blow a few smoke rings round the situation. You might think I'm busy missing you, but I'm too busy fishing to let you get away with my peace of mind. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. I ain't got no service, got no bars out here, but there's a bar out here with some ice cold beer. Ain't gonna cry you a river, no, I'm headed out on mountain time. Won't hit rock bottom, I'll be living up a mile high. Ain't gonna lie, girl, it hurt to hear you say goodbye. I can't be down when I'm flying high on mountain time. Time.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much for taking time to hang out with me. If you're seeing this live or if you're seeing this after, I really appreciate you hanging around and seeing what I had to offer. And if this, like I said, if this is your first time seeing me, go ahead and hit that link in the description. Sign up for MusicCityPlaybook.com. I work very hard to put together what I feel like are some of the best, if not the best, courses on music production, and especially in the pop country genre. So if that's interesting to you and you would like to learn more, definitely sign up for the email list, and I will soon be delivering more information through email and keeping up with you about some new offerings that I'm very excited. Track in a Day Challenge is coming. So I'm saying it here for the first time publicly. I'm very excited about this new project. It's pretty much, like I said, the intro, the light version. So it will be affordable, but it will also be in depth on how to achieve a track in a day. To me, a track in a day is a 24-hour period. So meaning if I wrote this song yesterday and I'm sending this mix, 24 hours after that, and they have a first mix to listen to, that's a track in a day. I know a lot of people can turn them out immediately, send you out the door with a mix. And I talk about that, and I like to call that the Bluebird arrangement. I mentioned that at the front of this live. But for right now, I just wanted to thank you and appreciate for you being here and hanging out with me tonight. And I can't wait to do this again. And we'll just keep rocking. And let me know if y'all have any questions or if you want these files. Hit me up. We'll see you guys later.